Hey everyone, my name is Austin Craig and I get to serve as the 180 pastor here at Union Chapel. I'm excited to join you in your small group today as we talk further about the Sermon on the Mount. Today we're going to be talking about the narrow and wide gate found in Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 through 23. And here is that scripture. Enter through the narrow gate, for the wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. This part of the scripture is kind of the conclusion to the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus has been teaching us how to live and what a good life looks like. And what he's saying here when he's talking about entering in the narrow gate, the narrow or wide gate, is he's actually giving us a choice. He is telling us that we have a choice on how we want to live. We can go down the narrow gate, which is less traveled, harder to get through, but it's the road that actually leads to life. Or we can go through the wide gate, which leads to a broader road. It's more open, kind of a road that is based on our own desires, what we want to do. But that is the road that leads to ruin. And as we navigate through these paths or down these paths, we will encounter true and false prophets. You know, people who claim to be following Jesus but aren't, or people who claim to be following Jesus and they are. And Jesus is telling us that for us to discern what true or false prophets look like is that we have to look at their lives, the fruit that their life bears. Because that is how we can recognize if someone is living close to Jesus or if they're living far away. As you grow closer to Jesus, as you figure out what that relationship looks like, you want to know that you are following trusted people who believe that Jesus is the best thing for you, and they want to lead you closer to him. And now going down these roads, living for Jesus, trying to follow that narrow path is not only about performance. That's what the last part of this scripture says. You know, we performed miracles. We prophesied in your name. We cast out demons. But really what Jesus is saying, yeah, you did all that, but you didn't know me. You weren't close to me. You didn't have a good relationship with me. And that's actually what I value more, is that you remain close to me. And that's what part of the narrow gate is. It's staying close to Jesus and learning how to shut out our own selfish desires, trusting that he leads us to a better path, down a better path, towards a better life. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the small group questions.